With so much focus these days on high-speed access connectivity and the edge, it can be easy to forget the importance of a reliable backbone network. So I'm talking today with Paul Beacham from BT Wholesale about the operator's optical and Ethernet service portfolio. So Paul, can you just tell us a little bit about your job?
Yeah, hi Ray. Paul Beacham, I work in BT Wholesale. My team manage our data networking portfolios from a product management perspective. So that covers our lease line portfolios, our Ethernet and our optical portfolios across the UK. And we actually support both our wholesale and our retail enterprise divisions with those portfolios.
Okay, excellent. And can you just tell us a little bit about how BT's transport network has changed, say, over the past 4 or 5 years? I mean, how has it evolved in terms of its capabilities, its capacity, the way it's managed, that kind of stuff?
So over the past 5 years, it's changed quite significantly. Um, we refer to it as our 21C network in terms of our core network that's out there, which we're actually on our third generation now of equipment within that network. So our 21C network built around our core, which is dimensioned and is supporting over 20 terabits of traffic. Obviously, we've seen quite an increase over recent months, in particular from a broadband perspective, and that 21C network has been expanded out to cover 99.95% of the UK businesses and customers out there. So we've extended the network out, deploying edge switches and a significant proportion of the network as IP switching capabilities as well. But the key has been the dimensioning in terms of the capacity of that network, both in terms of, I mentioned the total capacity that it can support, but the way that the network is designed and built from a resilience perspective. So every single one of the edge nodes that we have is diversely routed back to at least two nodes on our core network. And in terms of managing that capacity, we never manage over 50% of capacity. So there is always the capacity there to support the high levels of availability that UK businesses require, and that extends to critical national infrastructure services, blue light services that are supported on this network.
Okay, excellent. Now, traditionally, telecom networks have not been known as being particularly flexible in terms of the way they can react or be changed at short notice to meet user and customer needs. Has that changed at all? Is it easier to respond to customer needs these days?
It definitely is, and we're making significant investment in making it even easier. It does obviously depend on the technology that is being deployed and the services that customers are taking. Um, so if I kind of focus on an area within my portfolio, so around Ethernet, where we've developed the capability to be able to support bandwidth changes within that network in near real time. And also, it's not just about bandwidth changes; it's about allowing customers to be able to reroute their traffic. What we saw at the start of the COVID pandemic is customers are looking at changing their designs of their network in terms of where they were routing traffic, for instance, into data center locations and things like that. So we supported a number of customers being able to actually move their traffic from one location to another in terms of how it was being presented into their core network and core systems as well. And a key element of our strategy around the flexibility piece is also how we enable that from a customer perspective. So how do we give customers that self-serve functionality, particularly relevant within the wholesale channel, where obviously we're exposing our products and services through portals to our customers, and also increasingly so now exposing those capabilities through API interfaces as well. So the functionality and the flexibility that we're building into the portfolios, building into the network itself, can be really harnessed by the customers who directly from their own systems, as well as capabilities that can be managed on an event basis via portals as well. So that's a real key theme that we're seeing, and our kind of focus is looking at how do we API enable all the key elements of the portfolio for our customers to give them that flexibility.
Okay. How important has that been, particularly in 2020? I mean, has this made a difference to BT and particularly its wholesale customers during the pandemic and the lockdown and the greater focus on working from home?
So it has definitely, and what it's done is it's changed the models that which businesses are kind of working and operating. It's changed the models in terms of the way that kind of businesses want to interact with suppliers as well. And the key theme is around that kind of flexibility of supply. So BT Wholesale has supported the wholesale channel with a wide range of offers and initiatives to support the businesses through the period in terms of enabling the flexibility, minimizing any costs of having to kind of change infrastructure, etc. around that. And I think the other aspect that we've been working with customers on in terms of understanding their kind of changing requirements and how we can support them. So, we saw increases in bandwidth requirements, in particular on the broadband side, but even on the business connectivity perspective, it was ability to be able to upgrade bandwidth into critical sites for critical industries like the food retailers, into distribution centres, etc. Pharmaceutical companies as well have been driving, looking for higher bandwidth services into them, and our ability to provide those through the range of portfolio capabilities that we've got. A lot of it has been really kind of understanding our customers, because they're obviously finding their feet as well. It is a it is a unique situation that we're all in, and how we can support our customers to through that period in terms of those changing requirements in the way that we supply services and can support them.
Okay. Now, obviously, 2020 has been, very unique, but this greater flexibility has been brought into networks during the past couple of years. And in general, would you say that this has changed sort of customer behaviour or customer requirements? Is it leading wholesale, even enterprise customers, to be requesting different kinds of services or different kinds of business plans?
I think definitely so, and it's not just business plan and business services. It's how the services are offered, how we are looking to offer more from a solutions perspective than just standalone products. So how products and capabilities can be brought together and provided to the wholesale customers and through the wholesale channel. I mentioned about kind of portals and APIs for a lot of those customers that are going through major digital transformation. It's how they interact with those products and services, how we make them available to them. Has been a kind of really key change, I think, and definitely I see the momentum actually accelerating around that in terms of digital transformation. At the kind of connectivity and networking layer, also obviously the move to all IP. So as we're transitioning the access capabilities that we're offering, so the likes of FTTC and in particular FTTP, where we're going to see a real big growth in that across the UK and the market in terms of how we are providing these access capabilities into our portfolios. And for us at BT Wholesale, it's about ensuring that we've got the range of capabilities to meet those customers' requirements, because every business is different, every communication provider has different requirements. So the key for us is how do we provide the range of capabilities to those customers. And I say really what we're kind of really focusing on now with the likes of kind of portal enhancements and API enhancements is how the wholesale channel interacts with those products and services and solutions that we're able to put together and expose to them. The other bit, I think it's worth kind of mentioning it. It's not just about the kind of flexibility supply. really understanding customers' requirements, and there is still an increasing demand for more kind of managed services, professional services capabilities where we can provide value add services that wrap around those products and capabilities. Again, it's supporting those customers in their kind of business models. How do you kind of reduce total operating costs through a combination of automation, self-serve capabilities, but also professional services, managed services where we can kind of help them take cost out of their business operations.
Okay. Well, that's ever the mantra from telcos. That understanding the enterprise customer base, that hasn't really changed, I would say, over the past 25, 30 years, or the time I've been reporting on the industry. And hopefully, those relationships will get tighter and the understanding better. But it seems clear that the greater availability of services and greater opportunities to do things differently in the network might be creating new business opportunities for BT. I mean, is that fair to say? And is there a broader range of opportunities to drive new business, gain new customers, generate new revenues?
Definitely, and with technology evolution, new technologies coming into the market, then definitely that does open opportunities. Building on the traditional networking capabilities, more and more so now, it's the drive for collaboration services, over the top services, again, which has also helped drive that demand for flexibility of services. But obviously, IoT and some of those the kind of new kind of technology shifts that we've got in the market, again, definitely open up new opportunities for BT Wholesale to expand both the portfolio and the range of services and capabilities that we can offer, but also broaden the customer kind of base and relevance as well, I think. So definitely, so we kind of see that evolving. Obviously, I would say it because I'm managing the connectivity portfolios, but ultimately, the more and more services, over the top services, are only as good as the underlying connectivity. So again, what we've seen definitely over the last 12 months is as well as the increasing focus and importance of flexibility of supply, but is also around network quality, availability. There's an expectation now, connectivity, it's always on. And so the support that we can provide and the way that we dimension the network and the services with a focus on always on, so the focus on availability, inherent network resilience, and where we've seen specific customer requirements for network resilience. At the higher bandwidth end of the market, we're definitely seeing that with our optical services. One of the key elements there is our ability to be able to design and build the services for our customers to meet their requirements. So where there are specific requirements that they want services to be routed or avoid certain routes, etc., we have the ability to do that to really kind of build the level of resilience that they require for integration into their own networks.
Yeah, no, those are great points. I think it's very often forgotten that everybody talks about cloud services and the growth in that cloud market. Well, that cloud market would not exist unless there were reliable, secure networks interconnecting all of these clouds. I think we've seen the importance of these of connectivity and reliable connectivity, particularly during the course of this year. But in terms of the way that the BT network has evolved, where's the innovation coming from in terms of the services? I mean, is it more a case now that the BT network can be seen as much as a platform, as a network where third-party developers and application developers can be bringing or offering services that can run on top of the BT network, or are we not really at that sort of platform and openness stage just yet?
So I think definitely that is an area that we're looking at, and we are seeing moves more towards that. The reason I'm kind of being slightly hesitant on it is, one of the key aspects, and comes back to around the quality of service. Obviously, what is absolutely critical, as well as resilience and availability, is security and network security. So
Yeah.
Being able to open up that network, clearly there is a massive focus within BT on the security and protecting that network around it. So definitely in terms of services and service capabilities that we will be supporting over it, that's what we're kind of looking at, both in the way that we provide services, and expose via APIs. There are opportunities there for us to expose services to our customers and developers via APIs. But very much so, focus within our core network is on the resilience and the protection of that network. As I mentioned, we are supporting, CNI customers across, a significant proportion of the FTSE 100 companies out there, blue light services that are running across that network. So increasing focus, which has always been strong in the security and the protection of that network, but also that needs to be coupled with how do customers access that network in a secure and controlled manner. So definitely, I think as the market and the technology evolves, definitely I see there being opportunities for that. But I say, really, I would come back to the security of the network, and again, it's one of the things that we kind of really focus on in the business. In terms of the innovation, obviously BT is famous for our innovation and our research and design capabilities that we've got. I think we spend in the UK, outside of the pharmaceutical industry, we spend the most in terms of research and development in our network, and our labs down in Adastrel at Ipswich, is a hotbed of innovation, both within BT, but in terms of our suppliers and partners that are co-located there. So we have the test beds for all the major equipment suppliers that are testing new equipment, etc., within testbed environments and in controlled ways into the network as well. So significant innovation coming both from our BT labs, but in partnership with our key suppliers and vendors within the market.
Excellent. Well, great shout out there for Adastrel Park. It does do a very good job. And so finally, Paul, if you can sort of put your future goggles on and maybe give some prediction about where the market might go in the next 3 to 5 years. What kind of big changes do you expect to see happen, if any predictions can be made, of course, at this point in time?
Yeah, well, I think we've touched on a number of them. There are trends that are going on now which are going to continue. So the requirements for higher bandwidth services and capabilities, supporting across the whole range of the market, from residential customers right through to business and corporates, etc. That is going to continue. A focus on resilience and availability, a network underpinning the over-the-top services and applications. Again, I think definitely over the last 6-9 months, that's really resurfaced the focus on network availability and performance. So those are going to be kind of key trends in that. Others that are in the market is obviously the move to all IP. And some of the closure, in industry and in particular in BT, of some of the legacy platforms. So obviously the 2025 date in terms of the closure of the PSTN network. So big moves in the market in terms of moving over to all IP, and the opportunities that presents, both in terms of being able to simplify the way services are offered. So I think the other kind of trend there is around an increasing trend, which definitely has been happening in terms of collaboration services, the convergence of mobile, fixed, etc., in terms of providing services and being able to support resilience and availability of supply. But it's also the way that the connectivity services and therefore the over-the-top services are exposed to our customers. Definitely, I see, and conversations with customers in the market, the real focus on that automation and API interactions definitely is going to gain further momentum in the telco industry, and in particular in the wholesale channel as well.
Great. Well, thanks very much for your time today, Paul. Great to chat to you, and hopefully we can catch up again maybe sometime in 2021, see how things are going, and of course do let us know if you ever get to the point of being able to talk about the 22 CN. So thanks very much, Paul.
Excellent. Thanks for your time.